Something that you've all probably seen already. US officer fired at handcuffed man in SUV after mistaking Acorn for a gun shop. Now, I'm not going to be showing the video because YouTube will probably tell me that that's very naughty. But speaking of stupid cops, all of you probably know Michael Francese. He's not a stupid cop, but he's probably dealt with a lot of really, really stupid cops. This is a guy who's an ex-mafioso. His character was actually played by someone in Goodfellas. You've probably seen him from podcasts. He's actually doing very, very well online. Well, he's actually doing a UK tour. So if you like mafia stories and hearing about what it was like being a mafioso and stuff like that, then you can buy some tickets from Eventbrite and come along to the show. I'll put a link to buy tickets down in the description so you can see all the dates of the tour and, you know, buy tickets and go to whatever one's closest to you. Also, I might be going to the Glasgow event. I actually have a comedy show that I'm doing in Birmingham, quite close to it. So I should be able to make it back in time. So I might be at the Glasgow event. Probably not wise to say that, considering the amount of people that want to kill me. But you know, I'm in good hands. Michael Francese's there. He'll whack a fella if anyone tries to mess with me. But anyway, back to this really stupid cop. Florida deputy Jesse Hernandez resigned after opening fire when he thought sound of Acorn hitting police cruiser was shot from gun. A Florida sheriff's deputy mistook the sound of an Acorn hitting his patrol cruiser for a gunshot and fired multiple times at the SUV where a handcuffed black man was sitting in the back seat, officials said. The man, who was being questioned about stealing his girlfriend's car, was not injured during the 12th November shooting, which is fucking amazing. He was not injured. He was taken into custody but released without being charged. Fair. I think, yeah, you've been through enough, pal. The officer who initiated the shooting resigned. The Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office released the body camera video and an internal affairs report this week addressing the Acorn for the first time as an acorn. That's it just makes it funny. The little doom. There's a, oh my god. The guy just starts wigging out, man. Like, you know, like dogs when like someone knocks the door. Like, it was like that. Investigators viewing the video from Deputy Jesse Hernandez's body camera saw an Acorn falling just before shots were fired. An internal affairs report by the sheriff's office concluded. The Acorn bounced off the patrol vehicle's roof. That morning, Hernandez, a sergeant, and another deputy had responded to a call from a woman who said her boyfriend had stolen her car and was sending her threatening messages. The woman told deputies that the man had a weapon, the report said. Police detained the boyfriend and searched his car after handcuffing him and placing him in the back of Hernandez's patrol car. That's where he was when the Acorn hit the vehicle. As Hernandez approached the passenger side of his patrol car, he heard a popping sound, which he later told investigators he perceived to be a gunshot. And he said he believed he had been hit. Right. I've spoken to guys who've like been in the service and everything, and they have said that whenever they got hit, it took a second. Sometimes, unless it hits you directly somewhere extremely painful, but apparently for a lot of guys, it takes a second or two for like it to sink in. Apparently, at least that's what I've heard. He began yelling, "Shots fired," multiple times, falling to the ground and rolling. Watch the video. It's really good. The sheriff's report said he fired into the patrol car. Sergeant Beth Roberts heard the gunfire and Hernandez's screams and began firing into the car as well, the report said. That is the problem with cops. As soon as one guy goes ham, like they all do. Right, see if you've got 30 cops in front of you and you do something like that and see as soon as one fires, they all fire. Like that's it, it's open season. While the county's state attorney office found no probable cause for criminal charges, the sheriff's internal affairs investigation determined Hernandez's use of force was not objectively reasonable. Hernandez resigned on 4th December, the sheriff's office said. Roberts' use of deadly force was found to be reasonable and she was exonerated, the report found. So that's obviously she panicked and just followed suit with what the other guy was doing. So, yeah, she wouldn't be held responsible. The Okaloosa sheriff, Eric Adden, said he realizes the situation was traumatic for the suspect and his office has incorporated the shooting into training for other deputies. So basically, you know those videos you watch when you go through training? This man has immortalized himself forever as that guy. He has become the example of what not to do that is going to be shown to new recruits. What a legacy to leave behind. He also said he did not believe that Hernandez acted with malice, which I get, I understand, like especially in America, cops can be rattled very easily. Any sudden movements with your hand makes them very, very nervous, which I get. I completely understand that it is nerve-wracking. Every single traffic stop that you make, this could be your last day on the job, right? I understand why they're nervous, but in this instance, no, it was stupid. Through his actions, though his actions were ultimately not warranted, we do believe he felt his life was in immediate peril, and his response was based off the totality of circumstances surrounding this fear, Adden said. Reviews of the case by the Sheriff's Criminal Investigations Division and the County State Attorney's Office found no probable cause for criminal charges for Hernandez, who started with the agency in January of 2022, so he lasted about 2 years in the force. What? Oh, it's so funny. I mean, like, see if I want to know if the guy was an ex-soldier and if he saw combat, I would have a lot more understanding if that was the case. If it was like, oh, he's a veteran, I'd be like, okay, still shouldn't have done it. Still absolutely shouldn't have done it. But I understand why he got panicked and I understand why he got freaked out. But if he's not, then that just makes it even worse. Right, the fact there was an acorn falling on the car, just some squirrel just turned up and just chose violence. Some racist squirrel tried to get a black man killed. Must have been one of those red squirrels, the ones that are being replaced by the greys, by the grey squirrels. They move in, they take our land, they fuck our women, and create those little hybrid ones that can't breed with anything. At least I think they can't. But yeah, like. Okay, I'm laughing. Someone could have died. A guy who was just sitting handcuffed in the back of the car, he was no longer a threat, and they just decided to mag dump and all that, and then he was freaking out and panicking. So that, okay, but still, see if you are like that nervous or you're not good at reading the information around you, then you've got no business being a police officer. Like the whole point is if you're in a very delicate scenario, especially a scenario where you could possibly lose your life, you have to be hyper aware of everything around you. You need to know exactly what everything is at all times, right? Sometimes it is safer to just assume. Sometimes it is, but in this instance, a man who was just handcuffed, he wasn't no longer a threat, and he didn't even fucking do anything, almost got killed, right? So obviously that's very, very bad, and yeah, this police officer shouldn't be on the force anymore. And he's been immortalized as you're the training video guy. Like he walks into like a donut shop, and all the cops are like, look, it's bro. Can I get a selfie? Quick, someone throw an acorn at him. watch him shoot up the whole donut shop. Like, oh Jesus Christ, what a legacy to leave behind.